nurse. I work in the ICU at Holy Cross Hospital here in Mission Hills, California. And it was in the year 2019, before COVID hit in the year 2020. I was feeling really uneasy. My stomach just didn't feel right. I would feel constantly full. Yeah, I'd be hungry. Yeah, I wasn't really having that much of an appetite. It would be more like, oh gosh, I haven't eaten in 4 hours. Maybe I should eat something. But it just didn't feel right. And I had contacted my doctor, who's like so super great, Dr. Salcedo. And I told her, my stomach isn't feeling all that great. And she's like, well, you're a little heavy. And maybe it's just something like nervousness. We'll just get you some omeprazole and we'll see where we go from here. So in about March, I had called my doctor again and I had told her, Dr. Salcedo, my stomach just doesn't feel right. It still feels off. The clinics were all closed, so we couldn't really look down my stomach anyway. And I'm still working all these crazy hours. Months went on. My symptoms personally were when I would drink a soda, it would foam up at the mouth and just foam. When I would eat food, 4 hours later, I would be burping up and I would just bring up chunks of undigested food, which I thought was weird. It's been in my stomach for 4 hours. Why is it not digesting? I just knew something was wrong, but there was really nothing I can do or my doctor could do because, our hands were tied at that time. It wasn't until October 22nd. We were having a particularly busy day in the ICU. And I had to go to the bathroom, and there was an incident where it was just melena, digested blood. So I knew this was really bad. My doctor peeked in and he said, hey, how's it going? I said, I'm good. So what's the story? What have I got? What's going on? He said, well, the good news is your colonoscopy is perfect. There's nothing there, and it looks really good. And I thought, oh, good. He said, then the bad news. You have stomach cancer. And my face must have just fallen. The week of Thanksgiving was my first day of chemo. I had the worst side effects on chemotherapy. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I was in the less than 5% percentile that, these side effects only happen to less than 5% of the patients. I got them. I was getting weaker every day. There were some mornings where I would just get up out of bed, go to the bathroom, go back to bed, and I would think, I nailed it. That was my goal today. That's all I had energy for. Thank you. Let me switch you. So my last chemo, I was excited because I had seen where the nurses would go and the family would be there. They would be videotaping and they would give them bell to ring and they get the certificate that shows that you've graduated and, you're cancer free. And here I am for my last chemo. And I thought, oh, this is wonderful. This is my last 4 months. I'm done with 4 months of chemo. I was finished and I was expecting all these nurses to come. I was expecting to get up and say, okay, as soon as you're ready, you can go do the bell. And I finished. She took out my needle and Haley said, okay, we'll see you. And I said, why can't I ring the bell? What happened? Didn't I graduate like everybody else? She said, no, because we don't know if your cancer is going to come back. When I first found out I had cancer in November, I called all my prayer warriors. I called everyone I could possibly think of. I mean, if you take away my cancer and my cancer is gone and you give me back my life, I in turn will give my body as a living sacrifice to you. My body is going to be a living testament to you. I'm going to do the Garden of Eden diet. I'm just going to do nuts and herbs and that's it. I want to be that person who someone's going to say, I know someone who is a miracle, like a walking miracle. In March of 2021, I go in for my PET scan. And when I come out, I get from my doctors, there is no cancer anywhere. Not in my brain, my lung, the stomach cancer is gone. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. People, wherever I went, I would tell them, I am a living miracle. If you've never seen a miracle, you're looking at me. I am a miracle. God healed me. My oncologist made an appointment with me and said, okay, I spoke to Dr. Igbalier and your surgery is scheduled for May. I said, what surgery? He's like, well, we're going to remove your stomach and we're going to remove your gallbladder. I said, I don't think so. My oncologist said, Doreen, you have stomach cancer. I said, no. My PET scan showed negative. I don't have it. God healed me. And he said, no, this is a relentless and aggressive cancer. All the chemo did was stun it. But it's got those daughter cells and those mother cells, and it's going to come back. We need to schedule surgery. And I said, no, you're going to see. My God healed me. I'm healed. Cancer's not going to come back. The Lord healed me. And now my job is to give my testimony. And I'm going to go to different churches and different places, and I'm going to give my testimony that God healed me. And by the way, I can't go have surgery. I'm going to be going to the Gerson Clinic, and I'm going to learn on how to be a really good vegan. My primary doctor said, hey, I need you to come on in because we just need to have a meeting with you, and I just want to take a look at you to see how you're doing. Okay, just before you go down to Sedona. So I went into the office, and I'm sitting there in the chair. She walks in, and my wonderful, darling Dr. Salcedo gets on one knee. I thought she was going to propose. She grabs both my hands in her hands, and she says, Doreen, I'm begging you, please have surgery. Well, me with the biggest smile on my face and with all the confidence in the world, and I can just feel all the angels of the universe standing behind me saying, nope, the Lord healed me. He did. And this cancer's not going to come back. And she said, please. And I told her, no, you're going to see. You're going to see. I'm going to be back here in 1 year. I'm going to be cancer-free 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I'm going to be totally cancer-free. You'll see. And I could see the tears welling up in her eyes as she said, okay. So after talking with Igbalier, Deckard, Dr. Salcedo, they said, okay, we're still going to be scheduling PET scans every 3 months to see your progress. The first week of May, I went in for my PET scan. I come home, start doing whatever it is that I need to do. My phone pings and it tells me the results of my PET scan. I read it 4 or 5 times. And I thought, what happened? Why is it showing my cancer is back? It's not only in my stomach, but it metastasized to my abdomen. And I remember looking up thinking, Lord, where are you? My phone rang, and it was Dr. Salcedo. She said, Doreen, are you okay? I said, I am confused. I don't know what happened. She said, I'm putting in right now an authorization for you to see Dr. Igbalier. I have another authorization going in for you to see Dr. Decker, your oncologist. We need to get on this. I thought, oh no, not again. Not again. Lord, you're going to send me back to chemo? I pleaded. I said, Lord, what did I do wrong? Okay, did I screw up? What did I do? Did I mess up? I was going to be your walking testimony. I promised you that. I promised you that I would go and tell people that I was, your miracle. What happened? I messed up. I am so sorry. And I remember crying and pleading with the Lord, forgive me. Forgive me. How embarrassing that I mismanaged God's name in vain. I went to Dr. Igbalier's office, and I'm sitting there with my tail between my legs. He walked in and he said, so, what happened with that chin-up look? And I looked at him and I said, I was wrong. He's like, all right. That's what I thought. So, you telling me about God, how did that work out for you? Oh, he just sent a knife through my heart. And I said, well, it didn't work out. All right, we're doing it my way. And I said, yeah, we are. He goes, no, I'm serious. You're going to do everything I say. And I said, okay. He said, I already spoke to Dr. Decker, and we're going to start you on chemo again. You're going to be going in next Wednesday. Hopefully, this is going to shrink your tumor or stun it back again to where it's nothing in you. We're going to remove your stomach, and then that's it. We're done. I said, okay. So I'm going in for surgery. And Bobby, with a smile on his face, told me, okay, when you wake up, you're going to be cancer-free. And I said, yes. He goes, are you ready? And I said, I am ready. Let's do this. So I went into surgery with the anticipation, this is done. I'm done. I've already gone through chemo. We shrinked it. We're going to kill the mothership. We're taking it out, and we're done. Praise the Lord. Let's do this. When they went in robotically and they opened, he was able to see, he was shocked. He saw cancer everywhere where he could see. The cancer had metastasized to my pancreas. He called my boys and my husband, and he said, it's in her abdominal omentum. I need to do a total omentectomy. I need to remove the lesser and greater omentum. And my husband said, okay, take it out. He had to remove some of my small intestine. So he connected my small intestine to my esophagus. And then when he looked over to my liver, there were tumors in my liver. And as he continued to look, there were even more in there. After removing my stomach, the abdominal tumor, half of my pancreas, the margins of my spleen, total lumpectomy, cholecystectomy, the 7 wedges in my liver, he closed me up. 9 hours later, my children walk in, and that should have set me off because my whole family was there when there's only allowed 2 visitors. And my kids stood at the foot of the bed, and I have no idea which one of them told me, "Hey, Mom, they didn't take out all the cancer." I thought, that was not our deal. I said, "Okay, where's Bobby? I need to talk to him." And they said, "Well, he was already here. I don't know when he's going to come back. We're really sorry, Mom." And I couldn't fathom it, but I thought, okay, Bobby's going to fix this. Dr. Igbali and Dr. Decker, they'll fix it. They always do. They're going to fix it. They're going to make me cancer-free. They're going to fix it. I know. They did the CT scan, and I went and saw him in his office 4 days later. So excited to hear his plans. What's he going to do? How's he going to get rid of my cancer, as him and Dr. Decker, are busy talking together. And he walks into the office, and I look at him with happy expectation and one look on his face. He looked down, and I read him like a book, and I said, "No, no, 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 no." And he walked up to me. He opened up his arms. So he gave me a hug. And he said, "I haven't been able to sleep for the past 2 weeks. I have been dreading this moment with you." And I said, "Okay." He said, "You want my prognosis?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Go live life to the fullest." I said, "You mean that's it?" He said, "That's it." Game over. Game over. How much time do I have? Few weeks, few months. You've got about 30 tumors, and there's nothing we can do about it. He says, "What do you like to do?" I said, "Well, I love cruises. Cruises are nice." And he said, "Go do that." And I said, "No, I like cruises, but just to go out and be away from my family." He said, "Doreen, what is something that you would want to do? Because this is it." And I sat there for a second, and I said, "Dr. Igbalier, there are some people in this world that have never been married. They've never met the one. And I married my best friend. There are people out there, couples, who can't conceive a child. And I've had 3. I really don't need anything. I have everything I need right now. I'm okay because I'm right with the Lord. I'm good. I'm really good." So I left his office, and I'm wondering, Lord, I need purpose. Tell me what you want me to do. I can't just sit at home day in and day out. Should I be talking about my testimony knowing that it doesn't have a good ending? So I don't want to do that. And I don't want to discourage people saying that, look, I'm dying, I'm terminal, but I feel really good. And I know God's got this. I get a phone call from Antonia Castro. She's an 11th grader at San Fernando Valley Academy. And she said, our home economics teacher, Mrs. Anderson, left. We can't graduate high school without home economics. Can you please come teach at the academy for the rest of this year? And I felt the Holy Spirit say yes. When you give your life to the Lord and you say, Lord, not my will, but your will be done. It's not what I want to do and what I feel like doing and the whole world revolving around me because I want to see the world and I want to go on cruises. I don't think that's what the Lord had in mind. I really felt that the Lord was gearing me to look outwardly instead of just inwardly, just at myself. I started taking this Vitrakavy in March. Now, remember I have PET scans every 3 months. January I had my PET scan, screamed cancer in my liver. I had my PET scan in March. I just started taking Vitrakavy and taking Keytruda in March. My PET scan showed the smaller tumors are resolving. And that was after 3 weeks of taking Vitrakavy. How cool is that? June, I have my PET scan. It now shows that my smaller tumors are still resolving and my bigger tumors, they're getting smaller. And that was in June. I got the results of my PET scan August of 2022, and it shows no cancer, no hypermetabolic activity, no masses, no tumors in the neck, no tumor, no masses in the lung, no tumor, no masses, no hypermetabolic activity, and whatever I have left in my abdomen, which isn't much. Faith and science work hand in hand. Christ is our great physician. And you can't have faith without the science, as you can't have science without faith. It just puts my faith into medicine, that we have to listen to our doctors and the science and the medication because the Lord has put them there for us. We have got to be so sure up to the voice we're listening to. I thought for sure that my prayers were all I needed, but no, I needed both. My faith has grown exponentially from a mustard seed to the Rocky Mountains. I know that the Lord had me in his hands. All I had was my Savior. I just kept a firm hand on my Lord, thinking, Lord, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this anymore. But he was crying right there with me, saying, you can do this, and I'm going to walk this with you. An enemy has done this to you, but trust me, and I will carry you through. And he has, faithfully. I don't know how my life story ends, But for right now, I am cancer free. But if the Lord sees fit that I don't get cured of cancer, and if it does come back, it's okay, because I'm right with my Lord. And the worst thing that happens is I go to sleep and I see the Lord coming in the clouds of glory. It's okay. All my life